Have you ever lost a dog and felt like the ground beneath your feet shifted? Suddenly the house feels too quiet, the days feel oddly hollow, and your heart carries a weight you can't explain. People around you might not understand, but deep down, this isn't just sadness. It's not just about a pet, it's about losing something much deeper, because when you lose a dog, you lose a part of yourself. Let's take a moment to explore why. When a dog enters your life, something begins, quietly, almost imperceptibly. At first, it's simple. Feeding them, walking them, teaching them to sit or stay. But before long, it grows into something more. They become your companion, your emotional refuge, the being who shows up every single day without fail. Psychologists have long studied attachment, the kind that forms between a child and a caregiver, or between two people who feel safe with one another. But what's truly remarkable is that the same attachment patterns can develop between humans and their dogs. They love us consistently, without needing reasons. And over time, we grow to depend on that love. It becomes a constant in our chaotic lives, a thread of security woven into our sense of self. So when they leave us, whether suddenly or after a long goodbye, that thread unravels. And what remains is raw, aching space. One of the most painful parts of losing a dog is not just their absence. It's the collapse of all the little things they once filled. You might still hear phantom footsteps across the floor, still check the time, thinking it's nearly dinner for them, still reach for the lead by the door before remembering. Dogs are creatures of routine, and without realizing it, we build our lives around theirs. The morning walk, the quiet moments on the sofa, the way they curled up beside your bed. These rituals anchor us. They give structure to our day and comfort to our emotions. When those rituals are broken, the loss seeps into everything. It's not just a pet who is gone. It's the rhythm of your life, forever altered. Unlike humans, dogs don't rely on words to express love. They don't need to say, "I understand." They show it, with a head rested on your lap, with eyes that follow you from room to room, with the simple, steady act of just being there. Their love is consistent, predictable, grounding. They sense your joy and mirror it. They sense your sadness and stay close. This kind of non-verbal emotional attunement is powerful. It's something most people crave, but few experience. So when your dog is gone, it's not just the absence of fur or noise. It's the loss of a silent, intuitive companionship, the one who just knew. You grieve not only the pet, but the presence, the emotional safety net they wrapped around your life. There's a strange truth about grieving a dog. People don't always understand it. They'll say things like, "It's just a dog. You can get another one. You'll be fine soon." And so many dog owners end up grieving in silence, feeling the need to hide their tears, ashamed of the depth of their sorrow. This is what psychologists call disenfranchised grief, a grief that society doesn't fully recognize or honor. But your pain is not too much. Your sorrow is not out of proportion, because you're not grieving a thing. You're grieving a relationship, a soul you bonded with, a love that was real, even if they couldn't speak it. And that kind of grief deserves space, compassion, and time. Sometimes a dog comes into your life when everything feels broken. You're grieving someone else. You're recovering from illness. You're going through a divorce, a heartbreak, a loss of purpose. And then they show up, not to fix things, not to solve your pain, but simply to sit beside you in it, to walk quietly through the storm with you. They become more than a pet. They become a healer, a silent therapist, a presence that held your pain so you didn't have to carry it alone. And when that presence is gone, it's not just the dog you miss, it's the strength they gave you, the version of you they helped bring back to life. It's like losing the light that once guided you out of the darkness. Saying goodbye to a dog is one of the hardest things you will ever do. Often, it involves a decision, a choice to ease their suffering, to say, "I love you enough to let you go," even though it tears you apart inside. You second-guess yourself. You wonder if it was too soon or too late. You play the final moments over and over in your mind. This is one of grief's heaviest weights, the burden of choosing the ending. But please remember this, that decision was born from love, not failure. You gave them peace. You gave them dignity. You stood by them when it mattered most. That was not giving up on them. That was giving to them one final time. After your dog is gone, it can feel like a piece of your identity has vanished too. You're no longer the person with fur on your clothes, no longer the one planning walks and vet visits, no longer the human they depended on and adored. You might feel lost, unanchored, even invisible. But grief is not the end of love, it's the echo of it. And you're still their person. You carry them in your habits, your memories, your laughter, your tears. You carry them in the ways they made you better, kinder, softer, more human. You are who you are today because they loved you. If you're grieving a dog right now, please hear this. You are not overreacting. You are not being silly. You are not alone. You are mourning a real relationship, a real love, a real companion, and the pain you feel is a reflection of that. So cry if you need to, speak their name, hold on to their memory, because when you lose a dog, yes, you lose a part of yourself, but in another way, you also gain something you will carry for the rest of your life. The memory of a bond so pure, so healing, so unconditional, that even death cannot erase it, and that is love that never truly ends.